Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and this is issue 95 of Building R2D2 from Deagostini. Right, this is a close-up episode, as you might have noticed. I've moved the camera back down to where it should be, so I can actually get some stuff done in view. We're not dealing with R2 himself this issue, we're just assembling the drive shaft apparently. So, as ever, we've got all the pieces that have come this week. Many of which we're not going to be using. So I'm going to get out pretty much all of it actually. I might as well get it all out because then we can see what we're doing and we can get rid of the plastic. So we have, what do we have? A couple of ball races, covers and shaft. Right, take the dome shaft, small bearing and two 2x4 screws. I've got to find the screws, I haven't organised anything there. They didn't give us any screws this week. They gave us lots of screws the other week. And looking through the packets there aren't any 2x4mm screws. So let's get some out of the packet here that I have conveniently kept. There we go, that's the screws. So we've got the shaft, the small bearing retainer and the two screws. Excuse me, I shall move things off to one side and come back a bit more central. The bearing is two-sided, doesn't matter which way round. That goes in there. The bearing goes down flush. Yep, that's as flush as it gets. There we go. That goes over the top, and surprisingly enough, the two screws hold that in place. Actually, that's not a 2x4, that's a 2.3x4. So I need slightly smaller screws. Let's have a look and see. That looks like that's probably one of them. As ever, my weekly rage at Deagostini for screw management, it's non-existent. They're really rubbish. They just give us all these screws when you don't need them, without any labels or nothing on the packets. The packets of screws come basically like that. That's a packet of screws, which assorted screws in the same packet and not labelled, and no mention of, you know, oh, you'll need this in issue 37. You're meant to keep them all forever until at some point you'll need it. But then most of them, I mean, I'm never going to use all of these. We're almost at the end of the build. There's not much more to put together, so yeah, they give you too many screws in the wrong order. So that's the end of the rant for this week. I won't bother about that anymore. Right, now we've got the bearing housing halves, the large bearing, cable retainer, and two 2.5x10mm flange screws. Right, they're big ones. That'll be these ones. They're 10mm and they're flanged. And I haven't seen any of them before, so obviously the ones they gave us a fortnight ago now come into play, probably. Yeah. Right, so we're fitting the washer into that. And lining the other half over there, so that goes like that. And I need to turn the page. So the bearing is enclosed completely. Yep, it certainly is. Holding it assembly. Right, oh, they've got nuts on a couple of those, so we're going to be using spring washer. That's the flange screw and nuts and washers. Right, okay, let's get everything organised before I try and hold things together while I'm doing stuff. So probably a good idea to start reading the instructions more fully before actually getting into it. So I'm going to get two of these out of this packet. One and another one. Come on, you know you're going to come out. There you go. Two of those. Out of a different packet, let's get the nuts. Actually, I'm just going to tip all of these out. Don't think I'll be using the black ones, which are plastic on plastic, and this is all metal apart from the thingy holder. So let's move those off to one side. I'll put them in the pot later. And one of those I'm going to move as well because I don't need that. Let me just double check that these nuts do actually fit these screws. Or these screws fit these nuts. Yep, that's a good. Okay, so we've got washers, bolts, things, everything. When you fit a washer into the hole, and then a nut over the hole, trying to get it laying down right, and that goes over the other side, so the screw goes through the plastic of that, then goes through there, and then goes into the nut. Now because the nut fits into the hexagonal hole, you don't need a spanner or anything. So that goes through there. We put on the sprung washer over there, and then the nut over there also, or throw it on the floor and do it again in a little while. Okay, so that's that there. Let's get that one on there as well. Again, I haven't tightened down the first one yet, making sure everything is as it looks like it should be, and then I can tighten them down. I'm not quite sure why you need the sprung washer in there, because that's tight, but there we go. That completes the assembly, ready to fit the motor in the next stage. So we've got that and that. I don't know, that obviously goes in there, but I'm sure they'll tell us. We've also got the big rod and mounting bracket that they gave us a week early. So that's that. Thanks for watching. Quick short episode. It's nice to have short episodes every so often. The next one is obviously going to be, let's have a look, with the dome motor cover and some more wires. So yeah, that'll be no doubt fitting all this to the body of R2 himself. So we'll see you soon for that, and stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.